Let's just wrap up with audience questions. So, first question from Taco: how do we strike a balance between product differentiation and brand story, especially in a crowded vertical?
Yeah. Well, they go hand in hand. Because I think the best way I kind of visualize this, it's a little academic and weird, but the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Ultimately, your customers, your prospects are trying within their profession to climb up that pyramid. They're trying to get towards self-actualization. They want to be better at their jobs. They want to get promoted. They want to solve complex problems. And your product has a big role to play in doing that. Your product helps enable a lot of that. And so the case that I'm sort of making, I think, on the call here is that it's more than just your product. Your content, your thought leadership, your best practices, the community that you help kind of create and fostering that sense of belonging. All of that stuff is sort of the companion to building a great product, and being able to articulate the value of your product. So they go hand in hand. It would be a bad, just to go off this last example, if we talked about impact but didn't show you how a certain feature or a certain use case of our product can help you create impact, then we're missing the mark, because brand is now disconnected from product. And so the two have to go together very closely. The issue, of course, is, well, with finite resources and time, how do we prioritize our effort here? I think that's the trick, depending on what size of company you're at. But ultimately, I think keeping product marketing focused on positioning the product and the use cases and understanding your personas and all that sort of stuff, while your content team or brand or whoever can help tell kind of the bigger story and the application of that product value into the market. That's, I think, the connection you should aim for.
Yeah, and just adding on to that, there was a quote in the book that I loved, which I'm gonna just copy paste it into the chat, which is, you'll feel like you're spending more time creating content about the category than your own products, a feeling you need to become comfortable with.
Yeah, your point, it is controversial for sure. I think it also depends who's reading that and at what stage of company you're reading that quote. Because I'd say your content marketing machine should hopefully at scale be able to do both. But there's always that temptation of, gosh, we're really talking a lot about, how to host a QBR meeting, like I said, and not enough about like that new use case or that new feature that's shipping next week. So I think that tension is good to have, and a very real tension that will exist.